Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! We are here once again to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic opening round. I am, of course, a Mad Mike. You know who I am, back from my week vacation off in San Diego. And with me, as always, is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you, sir?
I am so happy to talk about British wrestling with somebody for the first time in a long time.
Okay, now I'm going to be honest, Eamon. This is the first time I've seen some of these people.
I was going to say, I have not. I don't get this opportunity often, so I'm very excited.
All right. So let's just dive into it. First match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tyson Dux.
Yes, this was fun. This was really fun.
To put it mildly, yes, it was.
Zack Sabre Jr. being on WWE TV. I've said this multiple times with the Cruiserweight tournament, and even in past like NXT stuff. It's like so amazing and weird to get to see them on a WWE platform. Also so amazing to get to see that style of wrestling on a WWE platform. I don't think I've ever seen a match like that done in WWE before, in a long time, at least.
I think the closest we've gotten to it was like when you had Angle and Benoit.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Or Shelton and Angle, like stuff like that. Like where they're real catch as catch can guys as opposed to, professional wrestling.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the closest. But this was just really beautiful. I love that they really sold the style of Sabre's wrestling, which is to outmaneuver your opponent as opposed to like strike your way out of holds or anything like that.
Yeah, I believe Brian called it escapism wrestling.
Yeah.
Which I fucking love. That was amazing. Some of the stuff they were pulling out was just fantastic looking.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Zack Sabre Jr., I've said this before, has the prettiest bridge in the world. The way he bridges is my favorite thing.
Yeah, it's pretty on point. I mean, pun intended, I guess, for the bridge. Yeah. I really didn't mean to do that. This was the first match of both these guys I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Tyson Dux, I also really enjoy because he is, he's wrestles out of the Canada area. I know he's done some stuff in the past for like AIW and stuff like that. I thought he did really well as well. Very, very much like the stuff that he put forward, and he was definitely a good opponent for Zack Sabre Jr., I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. My only problem, and I think this is going to be a theme with the first round. Mm-hmm. I want some upsets.
I was hoping for an upset later in the show, but
I want some upsets because I feel like if you just told me what 4 matches were happening tonight, I would tell you exactly who was going to win all 4, and I'd be 100% right.
Yeah, for the most part, that's what the first round I think has kind of been.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Because I'm sorry, if you're already, and this is a spoiler for NXT, if you're already going to put Kota Ibushi on NXT, he doesn't need to win the first round match. He doesn't.
Well, he doesn't, but I can understand why he did. Like, I think Kota, again, I'll get to it later on this week's episode, but I think there's somebody you could have done the upset with. I understand why they let Kota advance because Kota's a big deal, But I think, I would have liked one upset. Maybe we'll get it next week. But
yeah, but who's going next week that there can be a real upset?
Well, there was somebody who completely shocked me this episode. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. All right. But seriously, if you're not watching the Cruiserweight Classic, please watch it. Yeah. If you're just listening to us, make the time. It's really worth it, especially this opening match. It was just phenomenal. Like,
also important to note, Sabre won by going full Pentagon. I noted.
That's true. That's true. He went Zack Sabre dark.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have to get to a podcast about Lucha eventually.
Oh yeah,
We'll get to that because I have thoughts, so many thoughts. But all right, so the second match, Drew Gulak versus Harv Shearer.
Yes, this was another one. Both Sabre and Gulak, I think I was most intrigued to see how people would take to them with their styles of wrestling. They both are very much Sabre, obviously more British style, but Gulak style is very much more methodical and wear you down kind of style as opposed to
very technical, very
technical.
Yeah.
And Harv Shearer, who one half of the Bollywood boys who are in this tournament. I was interested to see how they would mesh in this. I really like this. I mean, I as a guy who really does appreciate like some of the technical wrestling style of stuff, like I really loved. I think it's just harder because it doesn't give the crowd a lot to kind of pop for. Obviously, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Gulak was still extremely impressive.
Yeah, there were a lot of things where Brian was almost kind of apologizing for the crowd for.
Yeah,
They didn't notice. Like, was it this match where Harv had crossed over like the ankles?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah,
because Gulak had him in a body scissors basically, but he was crossing over the ankles to put pressure, which I loved, especially when it played into the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was so smart.
Yeah,
that Gulak style is just something I really love, and I love how he did this move that he always does, where he'll do not a suplex, scoop, sort of a scoop slam, but into the ropes. Like he'll slam the guy into the ropes. He does that all the time. It's kind of a World of Sport kind of thing. But yeah, it's amazing. And I think everyone was just like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah, because at first it probably kind of looks like a botch a little bit,
right? Yeah,
but you know it's definitely intended to be that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think this was a good first showing for Gulak. He won with his Dragon Sleeper. Next round in the tournament, he's fighting Zack Sabre Jr. And that's going to be amazing.
Dude, these second round matches we got so far, because Gulak versus Sabre Jr. and we have Kota versus Cedric.
I think Tajiri's wrestling Grand Metalik.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be fun.
We got some good stuff coming.
By the way, I didn't get to talk about it last week. Goddamn Tajiri.
Yeah.
I love Tajiri so much.
So good.
All right. So the third match we had was Tony Niese versus Anthony Bennett.
Yeah. I would say this, unfortunately, was kind of one of the more disappointing matches of the first round, which is sad because I would love Anthony Niese. And I think he is amazing. Really kind of underappreciated. I really underappreciated him in his like short TNA run.
I think TNA underappreciated him in his short TNA run.
Fairness, yeah. But he's very good. I was kind of disappointed in Anthony Bennett. I expected more, especially with his gimmick and with his style. Like I wanted to see that translate more into the match, and then we didn't really get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's a bit of sloppiness kind of throughout the match.
Yeah, it wasn't the best match on the card, but I mean honestly, even the worst matches on these shows are still pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like they're like honestly, neither of these guys particularly struck me.
Mm-mm.
Anthony Bennett had a cool look, but I could tell he wasn't going to win because I've actually heard of Tony Niese.
Right.
Like I mean, unfortunately, that's the way the first round has been going. That's why I'm like begging for some kind of upset or something like that. But I think this match could have been the one to do it.
Possibly. Yeah, but no, it was okay. He also had a very weird finish with the referee stopping Tony Niese from doing a top rope move and then allowing him to do it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Bennett got knocked a little loopy.
He either got loopy or he had like something messed up with his shoulder or something. It seemed, and then he told the referee it was okay, and so Tony just did his move.
And the 450 that looked brutal.
Yeah,
that looked really, really, and it's because Anthony Bennett's so skinny, but that looked fucking brutal. It looked really, really bad.
Yeah, I did like Tony Niese. I think it was him. Yeah, it must have been him selling the fact, like in the promo package before, that he wrestles like a cruiserweight, but he hits like a heavyweight.
Yeah,
because he's one of the larger people in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was a cool
And it definitely showed in his match too. Like, definitely showed off.
Yeah,
because he had some of the hardest strikes that weren't coming from a Japanese man.
True that. So Terry Niese advanced. He's actually wrestling the winner of our main event this week.
Yes.
So that'll be a very good match. So
and that main event was the Brian Kendrick against Raul Mendoza.
Now, this is the match I mentioned before that I think could have had the upset.
Oh, no.
Really?
While I understand, I don't mean to cut you off. I understand where you're going with this Brian Kendrick stuff.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick needs to ultimately lose in the final.
I like Kendrick's story. Like, I get his story completely. Holy fuck, was Raul Mendoza good?
Yeah,
he was really so good.
He was really, really good.
I had never heard of him before. Someone told me that apparently he's a descendant of the Villanos in Mexico.
Okay.
Which even still, like, holy fuck, like that guy was still like, just the way he maneuvered was so crisp and so like amazing. Mm-hmm. I think this one was one where you could have had the upset solely from the fact of one kind of Kendrick's story that he was selling, which was like this is his second chance.
Right.
So to have a no-name person beat him in the first round would have been really cool.
I can say, if they're building a narrative off this, like, and it's not just a tournament, I'm totally with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because it's strictly going to be, at least as far as we know, it's strictly going to be tournament matches.
Right.
I think you have to hold that off because don't get me
I
wrong,
would say
Kendrick is not winning this. There's no way Kendrick is winning this, but he needs to lose, and he needs to lose late.
To someone big.
Like, late and to someone big.
I can see your point there. Because I have a feeling just how the way things are looking that they may do, and I may be wrong, that they may do non-tournament matches like towards the end. You know, like when we get down to the semis and the finals.
I can see that.
But so if that was the case, I think that would have been a cool thing to maybe have Kendrick like, maybe have a rematch with Raul, like somewhere in the line, and Kendrick be a bit more aggressive and be more heel.
Well, me personally, and I'm being selfish on this, whoever Kendrick loses to, I want him to fight that guy again at TakeOver.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Because right now, TakeOver's looking a little thin, and I think if you have maybe a couple grudge matches from the CWC spill over into that, I think that could be really, really good.
Yeah, I think so. At any cost, they need to still keep using Raul Mendoza. Because that dude, like, he was the most impressive of the unknowns this tournament for me.
Okay.
He was unbelievable, I felt. The coast-to-coast he did where he completely...
I can't believe he pulled that out and still didn't get the win.
Like, not only did that, but completely connected.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, yeah, this wasn't the Shane McMahon put a trash can in front.
Like, he kicked him in the face. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Such great maneuvering from Raul. And Kendrick, I loved Kendrick. Like, Kendrick did well.
Kendrick's always been... He was always one of my guys when I was watching. I'm like, why aren't they doing more with him? Like, yeah. And I mean, obviously, we know why now because he was a prick. But I mean, and I forget which one of them said it, but I think it was Brian. Like, earlier in his career, Kendrick was compared to Leonardo DiCaprio. Now he looks like DiCaprio in The Revenant.
Yeah.
Like, it was a perfect line. It was an absolutely perfect line. By the way, and we don't mention this, commentary's on point.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
The only thing, Brian needs to stop saying the word slick. he needs to stop because not
he used it a lot in the Zack Sabre match.
Yeah, not every transition can be slick. Just
in fairness, a lot of Sabres were.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but come up with something else. Like.
Yeah, I understand.
Take it from someone who's done commentary before and used one word repeatedly over and over again. And that's from a dark match videotape I did at WrestleMania Access where I actually did commentary with Michael Cole. And I said amazing about 8 times.
Oh, that'll happen.
Oh, in the span
of someone who does commentary for an independent wrestling promotion, that'll happen.
Yeah. All right, so before we wrap up, Eamon, I think I know your answer. Who of the losers do you hope that WWE signs.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of spoiled it, but without a doubt, Raul Mendoza. But I think other than Bennett, who's kind of shaky in this episode, all the other three guys I would like to see more of.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Tyson Dux. I feel like he could have a really fun story. I really liked his pre-match promo where he was talking about like how he had to fight and scrap, and he got injured. He was with the
I love
company.
that they showed a match of him like in Velocity wrestling like Mark Jindrax or something.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I'm like, oh, that's really cool because the name sounded super familiar, and I couldn't place it. And it's probably because I watched one or two of his matches when I was working there.
I think he had like a brief run in like early TNA during the Team Canada stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. That might be where the name's ringing a bell from.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's fun to see stuff like that they're actually acknowledging it. Like that's great. I would love to see him get a real run.
I just also really loved when I watched that. I was like, somebody had to dig through WWE's extensive library to find a Velocity match from like 2004.
Eamon, do you know who that was?
Well, yeah.
No, Eamon, do you know who that was? That was me. That was literally my job at WWE, was to label everyone. That's why they don't have to go digging. All they have to do is open the little database, type in Tyson Dux, and boom, it appears. And I'm not joking. That was my actual job there. Like, I tagged myself in Raws that I was on. You can go into, I'm not joking, you can go into the WWE database, type in Michael Rorson, and certain Raws from the Mid-Hudson Civic Center will show up in that database feed.
Amazing.
And I'm not joking at all. Not even remotely joking.
Wow.
All right. So, was there anything else you want to talk about this week? Do you have the matches for next week?
I believe so. Yeah. Well, it's because they are the final matches, basically.
Yeah.
What was the first one? I can't. I'm trying to think of them in order. And Rich Swann against Jason Lee.
Okay.
We got Gurv Shira versus Noam Dar. Which I'm excited for that one because I've heard such amazing things about Noam Dar and never seen him wrestle. So I'm very excited for that. What's the other one? Shit. Oh, Jack Gallagher against Fabian Eichner.
Yeah, I'm surprised they waited this long to do a Jack Gallagher match, especially how much they pushed him on the pre-show. Yeah,
I like that they kind of this episode I think has the most diversified styles of any episode. Like if we say you put Gallagher on this episode, I think him, Sabre, and Gulak would have had two similar styles.
That's a fair point, yeah.
But yeah, so you have that, and then the main event and final first round match. Again, Tommaso Ciampa.
I love that. That's the main event of the first round.
Yeah,
I think that is picture perfect booking because it's like, oh, these are the guys we both know. Like these are both guys from NXT. Like that's really, really. Like I'm not sure who thought that out because I'm sure they probably weren't all taped in the same order. But that's really, really, that's smart. That's just smartly done.
Yeah,
it is. It's perfect because like that's the big match for the first round because that was the first match they announced in the thing. I'm like, oh, when is that happening? And it's the main event of the first round.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Do you think we're gonna get like after the first round, but before the second round, like a breakdown show, like maybe where they'll go over the
second round matches? Possibly.
Yeah.
That would be
cool. A cool way to like space it out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe get a closer look at some of the first round matches and
or like see who impressed, maybe get some reaction interviews afterwards, try and build some of these guys up a little bit.
That could be fun.
Yeah. All right. So Eamon, where can the good people of the internet? Oh, wait, we have to do rankings.
Oh yes.
Because now we're part of the
now we're ranking this.
Now we're ranking this motherfucker. We don't have Lucha Underground anymore. We only got 3 shows. So Eamon, where do you rank the Cruiserweight Classic this week?
This one was a bit closer, but I do rate the Cruiserweight Classic second. Very good. It's never. This is very easy to watch and very it's nice to watch because it's just an hour and it's just wrestling matches and it's very easy to digest. and very entertaining. So.
And it doesn't have any offensive commentary on it either.
No, which is
like
very nice.
both Morrow and Brian have very, I don't want to say soothing, but kind of soothing voices.
But also listen to Morrow in here and then listen to Morrow on SmackDown.
It's night and day.
They're completely two different people.
Yeah, you can tell different people's in his ears for those shows.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna rank it number 1 this week. I'm gonna rank it number 1. I think it's because I've never seen Zack Sabre. I've never seen Tyson Dux. I've never seen Drew Gulak before. And plus, I'm a Brian Kendrick mark. I am. I love seeing him wrestle. I enjoy the fact that he didn't use sliced bread.
Yeah.
He used the bully choke, which is I've never seen him use before, but it looked really good.
Yeah, it's a really good submission.
And if he actually bequeathed his finish to Eva Marie, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Eva Marie. Really cool thing for him to do.
Good for him.
Really, really cool thing for him to do. I think that. I mean, granted, I'm saying this. He's probably gonna break it out to win his next round match, but who knows? Who knows? This round has been a lot of submissions, guys. So who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna rank it number 1 this week just because Zack Sabre Jr. Man,
yeah,
I want to see him against Brock Lesnar. That's what I want to see. I think if there's a guy who could legitimately just out wrestle Brock Lesnar, it might be him.
Yeah, and literally that was a toned down match.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. That's like watching a Shinsuke TV match.
Yeah, once you get to him and Gulak, and maybe even something further, holy shit, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, the second round already looks fantastic.
Because it's definitely the second round feels like, oh, this is where everyone's gonna go balls out.
And this is where you're gonna get upsets.
Yeah,
I hope anyway. I hope the second round's where we get upsets. Because I'll be honest, because I think they're on opposite sides of the bracket. If it just ends up Sabre versus Ibushi, I mean, granted, it'll be a great match.
Yeah,
but it's chalk. I don't want to see chalk.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think on the other sides. I could see maybe a Grand Metallic. I would like to see it'd be cool to see either a Tajiri or Kendrick go all the way and then have them lose in the finals to somebody big. But
yeah, I think it behooves Kendrick the most to go really far in the tournament.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't want to see chalk. I want to see an underdog. I want to see an 8 seed get in there somehow. Let's say Gerv Shearer wins next week. I would love to see Gerv Shearer get in there. Or even a Cedric Alexander. He's granted he'd be beating Kota Ibushi next round.
Yeah.
Don't see that happening. But how cool would that be?
Yeah.
Because again, Ibushi's already on NXT. He doesn't necessarily need it. He's already been signed. We know this.
Right.
I would like to see the opportunity.
There's a good chance a lot of those guys are getting signed.
Oh, I would imagine so. I would imagine, me personally, I think Cedric Alexander could go right into SmackDown and be totally fine.
Yeah. Well, most likely Raw, since they're making a Cruiserweight division. I'm assuming they're signing a lot of guys from the Classic to build the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah. But, I don't think they necessarily need to migrate everyone there. I think SmackDown could use the help, and someone like Cedric fits the build of what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Even though, not to be that guy, but especially after who they announce is going to be returning, SmackDown's got a lot of really youthful, athletic black guys.
Hey, you know what? There's
it's almost like it's almost like SmackDown's Ring of Honor.
And who the fuck fits better in Ring of Honor? Cedric goddamn Alexander. Oh, does that make John Cena? What's his name? The guy I hate in Ring of Honor. Roderick Strong?
No. I think Randy Orton would be more of a Roderick Strong.
Okay, so John Cena would be like the Jay Briscoe then?
Yeah. John Cena's the tenured one.
Okay, all right. So John Cena's Jay Briscoe and Randy Orton's Roderick Strong. I'm with everything on that. With everything on that.
Dean Ambrose is like the Adam Cole one that everyone.
Sure. We could do this all day.
Yeah. This would make everyone on SmackDown someone in Ring of Honor. That'd be great.
Who would be Dalton Castle?
Dalton Castle would probably be. Oh shit! Give me a second.
Breeze.
Probably Breeze, yeah.
Okay. And Fandango.
But I can't think of
Fandango
anyone.
would be the boys melded into one person
Into one, yeah. They're stacked on top of each other.
in a giant trench coat.
Yeah. You got a red-haired chick, and Eva Marie is Taylor Hendrick, basically.
Yeah. Oh, so who's her Jay Lethal? Oh, we need to figure this out right now before we break.
Oh, shit.
Who is Eva's Jay Lethal?
Well, I already named like Cruz. Like I said, Cruz, Shelton, and Cedric would be like the ACH Cedric, and
Cedric would be Cedric.
yeah, Cedric would be Cedric, and like Leo Rush or whatever. Like let's.
You know what? If they pair Cedric with Alexa Bliss, I think that works. That could work.
I can see Alexa Bliss as a Veda Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. But who would Eva's Jay Lethal be?
Oh shit! I can't think. I don't even trying to think of the SmackDown roster even.
Because it's gotta be like a heat magnet too.
Fuck. Maybe a Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Okay, all right. So we've essentially turned SmackDown into ROH. So
Yeah.
hopefully we will be talking ROH. Right?
The Young Bucks are basically American Alpha. Like
Of course they are. Come on now, that one was easy. That one was easy. Oh man, this is gonna be great. You actually got me excited for SmackDown by thinking it's Ring of Honor.
Right. No. Actually, I'm wrong. The Usos would be the Young Bucks. It's basically the same moveset.
Yeah, they even do a fucking super kick. God damn it. So, American Alpha would be the Addiction.
Sure, I'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And JBL is your Steve Carino. It's perfect.
God damn it, you're right. They both even wear hats. All right. So, Eamon, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Eamon2Please. You can also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling at inspireprowrestling.com. Be at our event on August 14th in Austin, Texas to see Cruiserweight Classic star Lindsay Dorado make his Inspire Pro Wrestling debut. So be sure to check that out.
Excellent. All right. And you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Gonna try and live tweet Cruiserweight Classic next week. Hit the hashtag MM on @Mayhem Show. And join our Facebook group. We got a lot of really fun discussions going on there. And you can tell us exactly why you hate Roman Reigns. We are listening. All right. So for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War!